Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Kathie J Show. Joining me today, I have the owner and president of Plumline Services. Please welcome to the show, Bob Logan. Hello,
Thanks,
Bob.
Kathie. Thanks for
being
having
here.
me.
So, Bob, you're here because I recently just got to start endorsing you, and thank you. It's an honor to endorse for you. But one of the things that I love about I don't endorse for just anybody because I need to know that that company cares about the community. That's who I've built my brand on. That's what I've done for the 20-some years I've had my career here. I really find it fascinating when I meet business owners who actually walk the walk and the community trusts them. So I had to have you come on. This time of the year, you have a lot going on where you continue to give back to the community. So I had to have you come on so that our viewers could get to know the person behind Plumline Services.
Well,
so
thank you. And I think it's going to be a great partnership.
Yes, yeah, it is. So, and you know, I've got stories about my drains, Bob.
We can take care of those for you.
Oh yeah, but you know, so many people in Denver. I lived in Old Thornton, the tree line, you know, going into the roots. We all have our stories, but we're going to start with you and where you started. So,
okay.
You've been out here in Colorado forever. Your family's been, you raised your
Yes.
kids here, everything.
Yes, I was actually born in Tulsa, but I came here when I was 2. So
Yeah.
a lot of natives won't let me claim it, but I
I
consider
came
myself.
here when I was 4. You better let us claim it.
Yes,
Like that's
I'm
my
a
life.
Colorado native. Grew up in the Columbine area.
Yeah.
Have lived in Parker and Highlands Ranch and Castle Rock, and now just recently moved near the Evergreen area.
Yes, that's awesome. Beautiful areas that you've got to live in. It's a beautiful state.
It is.
And
I love it.
You've always felt a need to help people, help strangers. Like where does this come from?
I guess it was the example set by my mom. To be quite honest, she had such a servant's heart, and of her time, any resources that she had, never complained, and just constantly giving. And so I always looked to her as an example.
Was she a stay-at-home mom or was she a working mom? Did she do both in her life?
She was a stay-at-home mom, and I got 6 sisters. So
whoa, okay, she can have that job any day.
5 older, 1 younger. She stayed very busy.
No, thank you. I will gladly deal with the boss I don't like rather than raise 6 kids. That is a lot. Where are you in the mix?
I got 5 older sisters, 1
So you're the
younger
baby.
sister.
Oh, wait.
One
You're
younger.
right
Yes.
before. Okay.
Yeah,
all
we
right.
have 7 total.
So all of your siblings are sisters?
Yes. Yep.
Did they dress you up in girl clothes?
We won't even go down that. It's
They did. I mean, we all do. I mean,
fingernail polish, the whole 9 yards.
Get
Yes.
Bobby, get him.
Until I was big enough to fend for myself.
Right. That's awesome. And I'm sure nobody was good enough to date you. I'm sure that they judged every single girl you tried to date.
Including my beautiful wife, Jackie, of 34 years. And yes, it took a long time for them to accept her.
They just started accepting her last year. 33 was the magic number. 33 years of marriage.
No, she's
I'm
amazing.
kidding. I love Jackie. I got to meet her last week. She is so nice. You guys are at that time where you've been together so long that everything is just nonstop funny jokes coming out. Like, you know, like she was like, yeah, Bob, this, that, you know, like because your love is there, your trust is there, and I could just tell that you're
so
enjoying
many great memories.
You're enjoying living life together.
We do.
Yeah.
We feel like newlyweds. It gets better every year.
I love that. I got goosebumps. But Bob, you are about living life, and you want everyone else around you to live life. And so when you became the owner of Plumline Services, you were already working there, and then an opportunity came on for you to take it over. But
Yes.
one of the things that you loved so much about it is they already had the servants at heart goal, right?
Yes. So the owner, the founding owner, is a strong Christian man. Had very much a servant's heart. He wanted to create opportunities for his employees as well as be part of the community and give back to the community. And that's what made me fall in love with Plumline. And I knew from the beginning this is someplace I wanted to be forever. So I started talking to him from the beginning that if you ever wanted to bring on a partner, if you ever wanted to sell the business, please talk to me. And that opportunity came at some point. But the values were there, and then together we put together the core values with our management team and the other employees. We put together our core values the slogan "Service at Home, Servants at Heart"
Yeah.
came just even a couple years ago, and so it's all tied together. But it all goes back to serving each other and serving our community. And we know if we put other people's needs ahead of our own, then the business is going to be taken care of.
Okay, like that just, it makes me almost want to cry because because this time of the year especially, like to know that businesses are wanting to give back, that's nice. But it just makes me want to cry any time of the year to hear that statement, because that is what it's about. So many people, I'm going to squeeze the life out of my customers so that I can be over here. Whereas you're realizing the message is spread the love, spread the trust, and the customers will continue to come back.
Yes, we want to win our customers for life.
Yeah.
It's you know, any homeowner knows that they're going to have plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical problems as time goes on.
Yeah.
So I tell everybody, I don't care if we charge $21 or $21,000, that's irrelevant. I want to win these clients for life so that they call us back when they have needs, so they tell their friends and family and become raving fans for us.
Yeah.
And then we're all going to win.
And you are winning because Plumline has grown so much over the years, but you've also gone heating, cooling, electrical, like even those have grown.
Yes.
Like like you do everything now.
We do plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, and drains,
And those,
water treatment as well.
Those, let me just tell you, those are the stickiest, most troublesome things that you could want to be in business to do. Because drains, plumbing, heating, cooling, there is always a hidden something that's going to, that in my experience, that could go wrong.
Always.
Because all of the houses in Denver, in the metro area, so many are old. So many of those furnaces are kicking on, or they're not changing the filters. You know what's out there because you see it. The fact that these customers, that you have made them happy, that they your reviews online, people love you guys.
Well, thank you.
Yes,
we work hard at it.
You do, but it is where you started, your core values. You have over 200 employees now. You guys are amazing.
We do, well on our way to 300.
Yay, congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
I saw a video of you like 10 years ago, and it was 150 at the time. Look at you, you're doubling.
We double about every 5 years, right? When I started 15 years ago, we had 38 employees.
Yes, and
Yes.
these are, you count them, these are blessings from God.
Without a doubt, yes.
And you feel, as I was raised, when the light comes to you, your job is to continue to share the light where you can.
That's a great analogy, and it's so true. I've heard it said another way that consider your blessings that go into a cup, and the more blessings you have, pretty soon it starts to overflow, and it overflows to the people around you. And I do believe that we are entrusted with certain talents or resources or whatever blessings that we get, and it's a responsibility, right? To whom much is given, much is expected, and the more blessings and responsibilities we have, the more we owe it to give to others.
We're speaking today with Bob Logan. He's the president and owner of Plumline Services. By doing all that, you're making great prices for your customers. I mean, you're doing drain cleaning deals, furnace checkup deals, electrical. Let us come in and make sure you're good before the winter starts. You do all that. You're not only making customers happy with your service and the prices, you're a great employer. Everyone, those are families in our community that are happy or that are not stressed about their job. People don't understand how important what you're doing is, just keeping people happy.
Well, I truly appreciate that, and I'm a very small part of the equation. We have such a tremendous team across the Plumline family.
But who hires the team, Bob?
Well,
who hires the team?
we all have our parts.
I know.
I'll take a little bit of credit.
Okay, fine.
But again, I mean, the people in the homes, the people on the phones, those are really the ones that are making it happen day in and day out.
Yes.
And just truly, I'm truly blessed.
Well, and let's talk about how you pass the blessings on. So you've been doing this program with Cozy 101.1 for how many years now?
This will be our 10th year, I believe.
And so
Yes.
It's Christmas on Us. It's a wonderful, wonderful program. Tell everybody about it.
Yeah. So again, we've been so blessed as a company, and it's because of our community that continues to trust us is the reason that we're growing and that we're so blessed. And so we feel a responsibility to give back to the community. Well, there's so many struggling families within our service areas that they don't have two nickels to rub together.
Yep.
Yet it's astonishing to me that there's so many people who don't have much themselves, but they continue to give to their neighbors or their churches or their schools or whatever the case might be. So we came up with this idea, and this is actually our 11th year now that I think about it. We came up with this idea that let's seek out these families or these individuals that don't have much. Maybe they won't get to celebrate a Christmas. Maybe they've gone through some hard times this year or in the past, and let's find them and let's bless them with a Christmas gift to where they can actually have a Christmas that they might not otherwise be able to have.
Yeah.
And so we seek out nominations from the community. We all know these people. They might be our friend. They might be our neighbor, somebody we go to church with, someone our kids go to school with, that continue to give back to their communities, but they just don't have much themselves. Mm-hmm. And so if you know of anybody like that, please send them our way. I wish we had an unlimited checkbook, but we have to narrow it down, and we'll figure out which families that we feel are the most deserving, and then surprise them with a nice gift prior to Christmas.
And it's got. I mean, I've been there when things like that happen. It's life-changing for the families, and to know that something's, and it's like, oh, it's so little, but it's so huge. I mean, like, I know that there's kids that remember when the Plumline services, Christmas on Us, showed up, and they still remember the present they got, or that they got to go, people will never forget how you made them feel.
Well, and it's heartbreaking and heartwarming at the same time.
It is.
To be able to share these blessings. And again, these don't come from me. These come from all of our hardworking employees and from the community that blesses us by using our services, that we're able to do things like this. But, to hear from people that say, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to buy my kids gifts this year, and this will enable me to do this, or people that say, we were supposed to be evicted on the first of the year, and this will allow us to catch up on rent.
Yeah. And
the stories go on and on and on and on, and it's quite humbling.
It really is. I believe that mostly everyone has that story, and I, or at least they know they've had it at one point in their life.
Yes, we've all been there at some point.
Yes, we've all been there at one point, and to not know where the next meal is coming from, or to be a parent, and the stress that lands on these people. And so the fact that you bring such smiles, bring such happiness, and to know that kind of anyone that used you throughout the year, they can kind of say they were a part of it. Like I also kind of did that. My money kind of went to them. It's, this really means a lot to you.
It does. It really does.
Like when you said, was it one of your first goals? When I'm a business owner, I'm going to make sure I'm doing something at Jesus' birthday. What are we doing?
Well, we people go to work every day. They work hard. They try to put food on their own table and pay their own bills. But I think everybody wants to be part of something bigger than themselves.
Yeah.
They don't just want to go earn a paycheck for themselves. And so these are the kind of values we try to instill at Plumline, is that this has got to be bigger than ourselves. It can't just be about us earning money and paying our own bills and creating a lifestyle for ourselves. We have to look outside of ourselves and how we can bless others along the way.
What's one of your favorite stories that when you think back? Is there one that you're like, that's always going to be like one of my favorite?
Oh my goodness!
I know you've had so many, because you do like 10 a year.
We do 10 families a year. Yes,
that's crazy.
And
that's
again,
crazy.
I wish we could do more. So so it's been over 100 families now, which I wish we could do 100 a year.
Yeah,
and maybe at some
right.
point we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, right. Well, that's why we got to keep calling you. But I do want to talk back about Plumline Services, Bob. Everyone, this is Bob Logan. He's the president and owner of Plumline Services. So when I had an older home and everything started breaking, from the drains to the furnaces to the electrical. Everything started going wrong. I just remember being terrified as a homeowner because of the distrust that I had out there. I didn't know who to call, where you start, and so what I like about you, and I was watching this in an interview, and you don't really talk about it too much, but I think you should more, is you have a set list of prices. I love that you always say that. So if you're up in Fort Collins getting service and you need this and this, guess what? We have it set. So nobody's taking advantage of you. That guy that came to your, I love that you have gone above and beyond to try to tell me as the consumer, trust us.
Yes. Yeah, so we do. We have set prices in everything that we do, and that way it doesn't matter if you're male or female, old or young, what part of town you live in. Everybody pays the same fair prices.
I love that. I'm sending you to my grandma, for instance. I can trust you to go to my elderly folks and
your
stuff.
Your grandma's going to pay the same as you every single time, and so when we get to a client's home, every scenario is a little bit different. But there's usually more than just one option to fix it.
Yeah.
And so, take a furnace, for example. There's budget equipment and there's luxury equipment. It's just like buying an automobile. There's so many variables in between. So we'll find out what your needs are, what your desires are, and what your budget is.
Carrier furnace.
And then we'll give you a
carrier furnace.
Yes, we do. I say
you go for a carrier furnace.
Carrier is the manufacturer we choose to work with. Not only because they're great equipment, top of the line, but they also give us great customer service as well. So we're a customer as well.
Yeah, you want to work with good people, and
service,
yes, exactly.
And they do a fantastic job for us. Yes.
I love that. I love that.
But going back to the set prices, once we determine what your needs and desires and everything else are, then we'll give you options based on those, and that way you don't feel like you're in a corner. You can choose. Do I want to make monthly payments on this? Do I want to pay with credit card or cash? Do I want to go with something that I plan on being in the home for the next 10 or 20 years, or I plan on moving in a year or two, so maybe I won't spend as much. So again, every situation is a little bit different, but the price of the equipment, the price of the tasks that we do, the services that we do, those are all consistent and they're set in place.
And I love that you're willing to work with people, because sometimes it can get expensive, and you're like, we understand, we can do other set ways to help you, and that's part of giving back. You're trusting them as much as they're trusting you to do this,
Yes.
There's a lot of trust there.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of people that have a bunch of money just sitting aside,
nobody does.
waiting to fix their drain line or a furnace or
70,
anything else.
I think it's like 72% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. It's something really crazy of households right now.
Sure.
So well, you know it.
So if we can make it easy for them and give them a nice low monthly payment on some of those major purchases, then we'll do everything we can to help them out.
All right. And if someone's watching right now and they're like, well, twice a year we got to have those big drains cleared. I heard you saying something to somebody. That's a big problem. If you need, right? If you're if you're needing it twice a year, that might be something else.
Yeah, if you're getting your drains cleaned twice a year, something else is going on.
Yeah, right?
That's not normal,
Might
right?
need plumb line to come out and take a look.
Now, maybe somebody's told you in the past, but this is normal to have tree roots, and it's not normal.
It's not normal.
So it's, let us get out there, let's get a video, let's figure out exactly what's going on. And you may decide you want to continue to just try to clean it out every couple, once or twice a year, but eventually you're going to have bigger problems. And so typically you're just putting a Band-Aid on things. And again, that's where our options, we give you options not only for immediate repair, but also permanent repair, so that you don't have to ever deal with it again.
See, and that's the goal. You're like, we're not duct taping. We are going to fix servants at heart. You're going to love this story real fast. So the filters, a lot of people don't change their filters, and it gets really gross.
Yes.
And so over the weekend, I was like, what am I going to talk to Bob about? Well, I'll talk to him about furnaces and, whatever. And just so happens I had to go help my girlfriend. Her father passed away, so I was helping her clean his apartment. And I'm vacuuming dust. And in my head, I'm thinking, dust is dead skin cells, and this is fun, but, I'm praying that he might have had a good filter working and stuff. And the whole time I'm hoping that he took care of, of this, whatever. I realized that the shop vac I'm using, I didn't hook my own filter up.
Oh, no.
So it was coming right into the shop vac and shooting right on me, on my back the whole time. So I was just sucking up inches of dust of this man's dead skin cells, and it was coming right back on me. So filters are very important, right, Bob?
Extremely important. The filters help protect the large investment that you made.
And your breathing.
and your breathing, your indoor air quality, the whole 9 yards. They serve so many purposes. So don't go chintzy.
Yep.
You don't have to buy the most expensive filter that they make. In fact, in some cases, those can restrict airflow. And furnaces and air conditioning systems need airflow.
Yeah.
So it's important to talk to an expert, have a technician in your home, do the maintenance, find out what filter you should be using, because there's lots of options. There's HEPA filters, there's electronic air filters. But regardless of what you use, make sure you're checking them regular, make sure you're changing them out. If you're just using the 1-inch filters like most people have, change them out once a month or every other month. Don't go the 3 months like they tell you.
Really? Okay. Especially if you have more people living in your house,
More
or
people
dogs.
or dogs or cats or anything like that. Or if you live in an area where maybe it's a little bit more dusty. Again, the cost of a filter is minimal compared to the cost of replacing or repairing something because you didn't replace the filter.
Yep.
And it also improves your indoor air quality, which is, if the filter's not doing it, you're the filter.
Yep. And you're not going to be doing it. You're just going to be breathing them in for the holidays. Now, thank you so much for being here today, Bob.
Of course.
Before I let you go, the holidays are upon us, and I know.
Is it almost over already?
No, I know. We can keep talking. I have lots of questions. I can tell you so many more stories of horrible things that have gone wrong for me. If you need to know, but it's nothing that you probably don't get a phone call on once a week about something that's happened
or daily
with a consumer, because there's always a secret hidden something that's going to go wrong, is how I feel with a project.
Yes. and we run between 400 and 500 calls a day.
What?
So we hear just about everything every single day.
And
yes.
you are 24/7, correct? Your hotline?
We are now. We are technically closed on Sunday. We set that aside a day so that people can go to church or spend it with their family.
Good.
But we do have warranty technicians and people on call for emergencies on that day as well. So we don't have regularly scheduled appointments on Sundays, but we will take
the calls to set you up for the week or whatever.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, Bob, okay, thank you. That's good. All right, so Plumline Services, you can set up your services online anytime as well. Since we are in the holidays, now I know you're a big Halloween fan, but Christmas is definitely your next favorite holiday.
Christmas is my favorite.
Okay,
Christmas
so
is by far my favorite.
tell me some good traditions that you're looking forward to doing with your family or with even your employees. Do you guys do something?
On Thanksgiving we have a nice potluck that we do. Something pretty simple, but it's a nice potluck at the office. Halloween, we typically always have a Halloween carving contest. Bring the kids in their costumes and things like that.
That's awesome.
And then Christmas, we always have Christmas is one time we really want to celebrate. So we have spouses come with their employees. We have a nice dinner, a nice event. We give away presents and prizes, and I'll dress up and just have a great time for the holidays. And so it's a Christmas with our big family at Plumline.
I love that. So Plumline Services wants to help you. Christmas on Us is their thing, everybody. So you can get all the details by going to kosi101.com. Write that letter. And like Bob said, it is the person that you always say, they'll give you the shirt off their back, know? And sometimes I'm like, tell them to keep their shirt. Like, tell them.
Because it's the only shirt they have.
Exactly. Tell them it's time to help them. And so, side note, just look at when you're stopped at a light, who is giving money? What car is giving money to the homeless person standing there? It's never the nice Mercedes. It's the car that's clunking right there that's passing $1 out the window. Like some people get the message you got to give. And some people give when they don't even have. And those are the people we want to find. We want to help the givers and we want to reward them and make sure that we're making sure that they're happy.
Yes.
Sharing your light. So please, everybody, get more details and plumlineservices.com. Your heating, cooling, electrical, drainage needs. Did I get it right?
Yep, and water treatment.
And water treatment. I was going to say, no, there's something else you just added. But you know what? All of them very important. All of them very, it's nice to know that there's somebody out there that's not trying to take advantage of us, that wants our home to be safe for our families, that we can, so thank you. Thank you for being that person.
Well, I appreciate being here, and thank you for everything.
Yeah, thank you. I won't breathe on you too much because that dead guy Jim will go. Everybody have a great day and happy holidays. Happy holidays to everybody at Plumline Services.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kathie J.